Yo, what is up, boys? Party Waffles here, and today I'm making you guys an 11.25 updated PvP tier list for threes in solo shuffle. There was a new turbo boost item level that came out today, so the item level now goes to 730, and there was also some class changes that were released today. So things are going to get shaken up, and let's see where they lay after the dust settles. So I'm going to jump right into this. We're going to put Arms Warrior A+ tier, really strong class, really strong burst, really strong damage, has Immortal Strike. I usually put it here. I don't think it got any weaker with the item level boost. Fury Warrior, we're going to put this up in the A+ tier. If you look at the solo shuffle ladder, Fury Warrior is number 1 on the ladder. There's actually 2 Fury Warriors in the top 4 on the ladder. I play with a Fury Warrior myself in threes, so I know the destruction they can cause right now. The class is A+, in my opinion. Next, the tanks are going to go into the F tier. And remember, so this tier list, guys, it's not from left to right. It's simply just top to bottom, okay? So there's the S tier, A+ tier, etc., etc. Left to right is irrelevant in this tier list, okay? So next we have Assassination Rogue, A+ tier. I think it's the best spec of Rogue. We have Sub Rogue in the B tier here. I actually split the A tier into A+ and A- because there's a lot of classes in the A tier, and I thought it would be better to show you guys kind of a split of what's stronger and weaker between the brackets. So next thing we have here is Outlaw Rogue. We're going to put this in the B tier. Again, Outlaw Rogue is good in tournaments, but it's terrible in solo shuffle, and it's also good in threes. So the fact that it's good in threes but terrible in solo, I'm kind of just giving it a mid rank between the two. I'm just going to try to average out between the brackets. Marksman Hunter. I thought Marksman Hunter was S tier last time, but they actually just received some nerfs. We'll see. Between the nerfs and the turbo boost, will they be A+ tier now or will they be S? We'll see. I'm going to probably make another tier list in a couple weeks after everything's all solidified and see if we were 100% accurate. But this is what I think it's going to be. So Survival Hunter here. All 3 Hunter specs, we're going to go with A+ tier. They're very strong. This just got a nerf. In my opinion, it would have been S if it didn't. This also would have been S, but both of those just got a nerf. So I think they're all A+ tier. Strong picks. You can't go wrong with one of those. Tanks are going to go down in the tank tier. Demon Hunter. I had Demon Hunter as S tier last time. I'm actually going to take it down a little bit. I think that it's A+ tier. I think it's really strong. But I don't think it's quite S tier anymore. I really think the S tier is slimmed down quite a bit. Actually, we're going to move Arms Warrior down just a little bit to A- tier, just because if DH is going to be here. Cut that out. We're keeping Arms Warrior A+, actually. All right, let's see. So next we have Guardian Druid. We're going to put that in the F tier for tank. Feral Druid. They're really strong. They got buffs, right? They got a little bit of a buff recently. Not today, but recently they got one. And they were also seen in the tournament playing Destro Feral. So I think this class is pretty good. It's not S tier like it used to be the last few seasons, but it's definitely a decent pick now, especially with these casters that are on the rise. Boomkin. Resto Druid, C tier. I think it's the worst healer in the game. Boomkin, I think it is still A+ tier. It's a solid pick. Don't think it's S tier anymore like it used to be a couple months ago, but I still think, or at the start of the season, but I still think it's really strong. So DK, we're going to put Frost DK here in A-. I think it's decent, but I think Unholy is better in the A+ tier out of the two of them. As you see across the board, you can look in threes, Unholy's higher, solo, Unholy's higher. I think it's really good. I think with Rets getting nerfed, it's probably going to be a solid A+ here. Blood DK, we're going to put that in the tank tier because I don't want to just rate one tank. If we're going to rate one, we rate them all. So we'll just put them in the F tier for now. Devastation Evoker, we're going to put this in the A+ tier. Last time I was queuing threes, I was fighting double Devastation in threes. So, and then obviously you see them in solo shuffle a lot. There's nothing crazy about them, right? But it's just the mobility, the spam CC, the damage, simple rotation, and a lot of bursts. So really good class. Augvoker, we're going to put that in the C tier. I mean, it's not very good in my opinion at all. Presvoker, we're going to put this up into the A+ tier. I think Presvoker is really strong on ladder and in the tournament, just across the board, really good class. One of the best healers. H-Pally, I think, is one of the lower healers. Is going to be one of the lower healers, especially after these new buffs, because Mistweaver just got buffed. So I think with the new Mistweaver buffs, I think they will outshine Pally. So Mistweaver will be A- and Pally will be B, while the other healers are A+. So Holy Priest is going to be A+ with the Presvoker because the highest team in threes plays with the Holy Priest on ladder. Disc Priest is going to be A+ because obviously you've seen what they can do. They do more damage than DPS sometimes, but they're not quite at the top of the ladder really. But they are really good across the board though in solo shuffle, and they are really good in threes, especially in some comps. But they're not broken across the board in every single situation to put them in S tier. Ret Paladin, I'm going to put them S tier. So they just got some nerfs, right? They just got some nerfs, but they'll just this is what's going to happen in my opinion. They're just going to switch back to the other hero talents because none of their utility was nerfed or anything like that. So they're still going to be Giga S plus tier in Solo Shuffle. In threes, they'll be a little weaker. So instead of being S plus tier now, I would say that this is about S minus tier. So it's not quite as broken, but it's still going to be very strong. Prot Paladin is going to go in the F tier. Shadow Priest is going to go over here into the A plus tier. If you just watch the AWC, the Shadow Priest actually won the tournament. So the class is definitely pretty good, has a lot of potential. Decent on ladder as well. And Windwalker, we're going to put in the A minus tier. I don't think it's quite as good as Demon Hunter or some of the other melees, but I think it's definitely a really strong Mortal Strike melee. Very viable. This is going to go into the tank tier. Destro Warlock is going to go into the A plus tier because I think Destro Warlock is absolutely insane. Possibly even S tier. Possibly. But for now, we're going to keep it on the high A plus tier. But yeah, one of the last solo shuffles that I played on my high DKs, my unholy around 2750, was a double Destro lobby, double Destro route. So usually once you see two of a spec at high rating, it's a pretty good indicator and the spec's getting broken. But for now, we'll have it at A plus tier. And then Affliction Warlock, we're going to have down in the B plus tier. I think it's the worst spec of all three of the Warlock specs. Demo, I think, is the second best in the A minus tier. And then for mages, I think the best mage spec right now is Fire. I think the next best one, honestly, Arcane just got nerfed today. So I think Arcane and Frost are both B tier after the nerfs. Possibly, maybe Arcane is A minus. There is definitely a chance that Arcane is A minus, but we're going to put it in B together with the Frost right now, just because of the nerfs. But I do think Fire is the best of the three. And then Enhanced Shaman. So Enhanced Shaman just took some big nerfs today. I had Enhanced Shaman A tier last time in the tier list, but I do think now it's B tier. I was talking with Big Dam, the resident Enhanced Shaman, and he thinks it may be around here as well. So we'll see how that turns out, though, with the item level and everything. Because, again, some of these classes could scale differently with the 7 item levels and all of a sudden just scale great. So we're going to have to see how it all plays out. Enhanced Shaman is going to go in the A minus tier for now. I think they're decent, but I don't think they're as good as the other things above them. And then Resto Shaman, I think, is an insanely good healer. I think A plus tier. So I want to say Prez, H Priest, Holy Priest, or sorry, Prez, H Priest, Disc Priest, and R Shaman are all A plus tier healers, all very similar. But yeah, again, left to right means nothing. It's irrelevant. It's literally just top to bottom here. So there we have it, guys. This is it. My 11.25 tier list. We're making an educated guess here because the servers just came up, but based on the class changes that came out and the item level increase, this is where I think everything is going to lie when the dust settles. But yeah, we can remake this video in like a couple weeks and we'll see if it was 100% accurate. But if you guys agree with any of these, disagree with any of these, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video and you made it to the end, drop a like, maybe hit a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Or you can catch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/partywafflesx, where I stream full-time 5 days a week. Always. So come check it out. You can catch me live. Until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.